You are.
All right.
Or I'm gonna fall asleep.
Someone clap.
Wait!
That was a nice clap.
Thank you.
I wanted to be a part of it.
Get your duck.
Too bad.
That was a terrible clap.
Get the duck.
Welcome to Action Economy.
Hello.
Doggy, get the duck.
Get the duck. Get the duck.
The dog. What about it?
There's a dog in the room.
There's a dog in the room that is not going for the duck.
There is always a dog in the room.
Hello,
That's
dog.
true. That's true.
He's part of the party.
It's true.
Yes. It's Atlas.
Yeah.
Anyway, welcome back. So we're all here.
Welcome to
Been a
Action
while
Economy.
since
It's been a
somebody
week
said
for you,
wow.
but seconds
Wow.
for us.
Wow.
Actually, we recorded this before the last one.
Oh.
We record these out of order. Just to keep you on your
That'd be interesting
toes.
for a campaign, just
Would be
record in
weird.
random orders.
Memento.
No, please, no.
That's basically what we're playing.
Actually, though, on that note, it would be interesting if we did something with like time travel, like
Yeah, where it's like,
No,
what happened
no,
last week? We don't know. We haven't recorded it yet.
yeah.
Can we meet Nade?
It's my mind immediately went to the thought of like, how can we split the party like that? It's like
Half of us go to the Wild West.
I was at the store the other day and I separated from my friends and I was like, splitting the party's never a good idea. And I thought of you guys.
We each of us gets our own adventuring party. My adventuring party consists of Nade, Rainier, and the children.
That's a
The
horrifying
twins.
combination.
That's not. No.
There'd be
Stop.
far too many explosives.
Yes.
and
Wait,
no
you're talking about
responsibility
adventuring
as far
parties
as the eye
made
can
out of
see.
all of your characters?
Yes.
Yes.
Rainier's responsible.
Yeah.
In comparison, sure.
In
For
comparison.
what Rainier cares about.
Yeah.
Rainier comes across that if the children wanted to do something very dangerous, Rainier would be like, they have every right to do whatever they want.
Jesse, look at him. Aww.
They're my children. They're babies.
He is so cute.
You are
She
being
would spoil them.
I've been thinking.
Of course you can have grenades, my darlings.
I've been thinking honestly about using the Feywild against you.
That would be amazing.
And then just the children come out. Oh no.
No. Me and Travis were talking about how I kind of like softball the Feywild. But like really, the way the Feywild works, Travis was saying this to me, and I was like, "You're right." Is that you're walking along, and a guy pops around the corner, and what was the example you gave?
I don't remember, but it could be anything like, you there, you have walked upon my sacred grass. So from henceforth you shall never look at a dove flying south on one foot, lest your heart stop instantaneously or whatever. And then you they just leave, and then you spend the rest of your life not doing that, and then like 30-40 years later or whatever, he shows back up and then constructs some unbelievably elaborate situation where that exact thing has to happen just so you die, and then he's like, aha, all right, I guess I'll go and find somebody else to do it too.
I was just saying to Austin
That's
in the
for my
car
grass.
earlier, my favorite thing is when one of you guys just says the most random bullshit ever. It's amazing.
Like what?
Like what you just said.
Ah.
Random strung together things.
It's
only 'cause-
that does sound like the Feywild, though. Being
Yeah.
honest.
Well,
I mean, it's accurate.
so like in
Like if I kill him,
Irish
does the
mythology and
curse
stuff
still
like that,
remain?
the Feywild,
Yes.
No.
in Irish
then-
mythology,
Like,
people
he does that,
go into the
and then just-
Feywild just don't come back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're like,
And it's not because the Feywild is some magical,
Let's hunt him
kooky
down, then.
land or anything like that. It's a place where literally everything has all of the power in the world and way too much time on its hands. Like literally everything. The air has too much time on its hands and way too
I
much
think I'll
time.
choke him for a quick laugh.
Choke. Come on.
Yeah. Except it's like if in the real world, if there was a psychopath that did that, like, oh, I'll choke you for a quick laugh or whatever. In the Feywild, they're like, yeah, I'll choke you to death for just like a quick laugh, and then
I was saying the air itself would choke them for a quick laugh.
yes, very much so. Go lay down, man. You don't
Yes.
need
Or you pull out the Uno reverse card, no, go choke yourself, wave.
Oh. All right.
And then the air dies, and then no one can breathe anymore.
No, go lay down. Go lay down. You don't need to go outside.
So when we left off,
After that brief segue.
you guys had gone to sleep in Kresk
Yes.
and had interesting dreams.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something else that happened that night that I forgot to mention was that Lucas identified the magic items. First off, the ring is a ring of obscuring.
This is a ring of obscuring.
What does that mean?
Yeah, it
So-
obscures things.
Let's ask God.
What it does is it essentially lets you cast Fog Cloud. It's got like 3 charges or something like that. I don't have a magic item pulled up because you killed the guy that had it and I removed him, and so
You can
This is such
fart.
a useful spell in
You can
Barovia.
fart out a fog cloud real quick.
Just match the other clouds that exist in Barovia.
Well, it's like, well, I forget what the move is, but that Wario's got this move. Yeah.
so
Fart cloud.
where is it?
Thank you. Good
Where's the
boy.
item?
Okay.
Ring of Obscuring. Yeah, Band of Iron resembles skulls, cold to the touch, has 3 charges, and regains 1d3 expended charges daily at dawn. As an action while wearing the ring, you can expend one of its charges to cast the Fog Cloud spell from it, with the following changes. The cloud is centered on you when it first appears, and the spell lasts for 1 minute. No concentration required.
Never mind, it's not that
When it
cool.
first appears, so it doesn't hang around you. It just
If you
plop
move,
it, and
it does not move. Let me put it that way.
Yeah. I mean,
The ring is not that cool.
Unless you like farts.
if what level is that spell that Strahd does where he travels through the mist?
Level 9,000.
Oh, give me 1 second, because I actually have that. You mean, the one where he travels through the mists?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got like a bunch of mist spells,
He
doesn't he?
does.
I learned those, and then
Some of which are not really so much spells as just things he can do as the Dark Lord of Barovia.
Why'd you do that hand gesture?
It's because it's magic, right? That's what you do when you cast magic.
Travis is making little twirly finger
Like the magic
gestures.
twiggly fingers that
You extend your arm all the way out,
Uh-huh.
and then you just kind of slowly wiggle your fingers.
And you firmly grasp it.
And you go up and down.
Stomp
Until
on
the
your
magic
right foot, don't forget.
Hey, has anyone other than Tom in this room ever seen the movie Ice and Fire?
No.
I believe we've talked about it, but no.
Yeah. Hey, if you're listening to this, Google Ice and Fire and watch the villain of that cast magic. That's how real fantasy magicians do it.
I see. I don't.
Yeah, maybe.
You will.
I don't know how I feel about all
You
that.
will.
Alrighty then.
What about the
So-
rapier?
The rapier is a crystal rapier.
Whoa.
Wow.
It's not made out of crystal, though, is it?
The name of the magic item, in fact, is crystal rapier.
But I read the thing. It's not made out of crystal.
What is nice?
It's made out of, like, does it say bone or spine
Jesus.
from a dragon, right?
A specific kind of dragon.
Oh.
A crystal dragon.
A crystal dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
So
fucking get dunked on.
is made of a form of crystal.
Isn't everything, though?
No.
No.
Well, I mean, if you really get down to it,
No.
No.
Travis is about to start telling us about
isn't a crystal just a bunch of atoms?
Arranged in a particular way. It's
Yes,
arrangement
yes.
that makes it a crystal.
But isn't everything a particular set of atoms arranged in a particular way?
Yes, but not that particular way.
Can I arrange my eyes to get
But
out
what the
myself out of this
sword
question?
does is that when you hit an attack roll with the sword, the target takes an extra 1d8 radiant damage. It has 3 charges and regains 1d3 charges expended. You can expend a charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the extra radiant damage the sword dealt.
Oh, right.
When you're holding the sword, you can use a bonus action to cause it to shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet to cause...
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
So we have 2 flashlights now.
Yeah.
I just had that same thought, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Them turning them both out is just gonna be like really bright. It's just like
Yeah, both of you stand on opposite ends of the room and then start flashing them on and off. Not synchronized though.
It's like, all right, here's our plan to defeat
What is it,
Strahd.
syncopated?
You go on that side, you go on that side.
And then I'll take LSD.
Put these ping pong balls over my eyes. Don't worry, guys. I'm Strahd now.
So there's something Strahd would be down for.
listen.
Alright, so you wanted the travel spell that he has, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is Misty Summons.
Well, I guess a better question is, he got any second level spells in there?
Second level spells. One moment.
Well, doesn't he have like everything?
Technically, yes.
Yes, but his book is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The
Strahd's Baneful Attractor is a spell that you know. That is second level. You cast it on someone, and if a spell goes within 15 feet of them, it just it hits them.
Oh.
How does that work? Well, I guess.
So, say that
It's like a redirect, I guess.
Suppose you cast it on the bodyguard in that past fight. Say that you cast it on him, and then say the bard tried to cast a spell at Rainier. The spell would jump from Rainier and instead target the bodyguard
Oh.
because Rainier was within 15 feet
So
of the bodyguard.
what would happen then if...
Now you're thinking like Strahd.
So what would happen then if I cast that on someone who I previously also cast Sanctuary on? And then they failed the Wisdom save. It would require a different target, but the spell would still hit the person?
That is such
The caster has to choose the new.
Or would it be like when 2 foxes both use their reflect and there's just like a thing going between the 2 of them?
You have to select a target to use against Sanctuary. I would rule that you can bypass Sanctuary by casting, instead of targeting the person who has the spell cast on them, now casting to a spot within that radius would bypass Sanctuary because you technically didn't target them.
No, you didn't attack. Yeah.
I'm attacking the ground that's right next to them. Difference.
So if somebody were to say cast Sanctuary on themselves,
Yes.
I could bypass it by not shooting them, but shooting next to them after casting
I would
this.
rule yes. Using Strahd's Baneful Attractor. It's a
Get that
second
fireball
level
ready.
spell. I may have changed it to first level spell. It's in the spell list now. For us. It should be.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
What's going on over there?
Owen Wilson's going by again.
Owen Wilson sounded a bit different today.
It was really
wonder
nice
if he
for
has
him
a
to
cold.
guest star on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a real guy. He's a real one.
He's real crowd.
He's a real guy.
So, I assume we all like awaken.
No, we never wake again.
I didn't see.
Well, campaign over. Roll new characters.
Yep.
Back from the start.
So, you haven't tried this, but in addition to the usual stuff that you have as Lucas, technically, if you don't know this, if you want to, are you interested in seeing if you can do some of the stuff that Strahd can do? That's a little bit beyond just
normal magic.
Yeah, sure.
Easiest test. There is a cantrip.
Okay.
It's not a cantrip normally. It's a 4th level spell normally. But Strahd, as long as he's in Barovia, technically if he's within Ravenloft, he can do this as a cantrip. He can, as a cantrip, cast the spell Reign of Terror.
He brings the French Revolution on us all.
It's Rain, R-A-I-N. It's an evocation spell. The range is a mile, but
A mile?
for Strahd in Barovia, it is line of sight. If you can see it, you can cast a spell there. It creates a radius of 1 mile, and you can then cast Reign of Terror on that mile radius, mile diameter area. Causes a rainstorm to develop overhead over a turn, and then it starts raining something. You can choose what.
Oh boy.
It's restricted.
Travis is making a very horrified face right now.
As a if you are a wizard casting the spell at 4th level, you're restricted by what type of thing it is based on your level. However, as Strahd in Barovia, these are some suggestions, then you can come up with other stuff.
Now, I've watched the latest season of JoJo. Poison dart frogs.
Oh, that's on the list.
Well, you can summon poison dart frogs.
I can make a storm. I can't summon poison dart frogs. I can make a storm of poison dart frogs.
Unfortunately, there is a rule regarding this.
Yes.
The animals that fall
Or dead.
can't hurt anyone.
Well, what are we
Well,
saying is hurting?
no. The animal isn't hurting them. The poison on the animal is hurting them.
This is true.
It's their immune system that is too frail to survive.
So here are some suggestions: black putrid water,
Gross.
ash and embers,
Oh boy.
steaming blood, frogs or toads,
Nice.
dead bats, snakes, spiders.
I don't know why, but the idea of snakes just like torpedoing into the ground is very funny to me.
Mouse
You just hear like the missile drops on the.
If if there's a snake storm outside, all the children go to the window and put their arms out, and the snakes will hit them like slap bracelets. And then they count them up and see who got the most.
Technically, it's up to the caster to decide what falls.
Slap bracelets
Because-
like snakes.
Now, the only reason that this
What
would
about plague rats?
easy, yeah. This is the thing, you can only have this freedom if you are able to invoke the
powers of
Strahd aspect of the spell, because you're essentially making a slight pull at the I am Lord of Barovia when you do this. If you're but if you could
You
check
made
and
this?
see,
I made this.
you might be able.
Scorpy.
If you could do this, then potentially you might be able to do some of the other stuff Strahd can do within Barovia. But this would be the quickest test, would be to try to cast the spell. Here's the thing. The spell's kind of autonomous once it gets going. It's going to last an hour.
So it's just and it's a thing of nature. So if the wind is blowing, it could potentially move on over.
Well, it's going to stick to the mile that you put it in.
Okay.
But you might be able to test it. But if you were to do it right now, Crest would be raining blood or slap bracelets, snakes.
Maybe not in.
For the next hour.
Seeds. They like trees here.
That might not. It has to be spooky.
It's got to be spooky.
It's got to cause fear.
Pumpkin seeds.
Hold on, I'm trying to think of something. Well, they're people that are afraid of water.
There are, and water is one of the things you can make it do, but it's got to be black putrid water.
Well, the thing is, even if you can think of something that wouldn't be unpleasant, there's a chance that you won't be able to do it anyway.
Yeah, true. So can I make it rain like social situations or something?
Unfortunately, not that I like.
That's what
What would
terrifies
that look
Travis.
like?
I'm gonna make it rain breakups.
Just
people.
Just people.
Yeah, just people flop down and they get up and they start talking to you.
They're being very polite and pleasant.
I'm gonna say
Customer
no.
service.
Have you heard of our new Lord and Savior shot?
Hi, is there anything I can do for you today?
I'm gonna say no to that one.
Make it rain, Strahd.
Oh my god.
No, it's a shot cutouts.
Well, let me take this Strahd over to Darkon now.
Me in this city.
I'm just gonna take this Strahd over to Darkon now.
Excuse me, real
That
quick.
solves my problem.
Oh, look out.
No, that there it is a similar like. It's kind of like the reason it's kind of a cantrip is it's kind of like a Strahd exclusive prestidigitation or thaumaturgy. It's not even really like a spell. It doesn't do anything except creates ambiance.
Can you make it rain like
That's
water
very
that's
strong.
red, but like it's not blood, but it looks like blood?
Oh, absolutely.
So then it doesn't do anything. It's
The
just red
key
water that
is
looks
spooky.
creepy.
The key feature is that it causes fear and or horror.
So, like, but it's anywhere I could see is where I can cast it,
Yes.
potentially. So I could just,
Within
like...
a mile. Well, no, sorry. No, you can go beyond a mile.
So, I could just, like, look out into the distance, try and find some place that, like...
It's far enough away.
middle of the woods, and it'll be like, that tree right there.
That tree's about to get a bunch of snakes raining
Fuck
on
that
it.
tree in particular.
So what you gonna do?
Turtles. No,
It offended me.
Hello, my
recall.
turtles.
Total recall.
well, can I see anything if I go outside or whatever? If I look out the window?
Yeah, you can go outside. You're up on kind of a bit of an incline, so you can look out
Okay.
and see a ways.
All right, I'm gonna look at the map, and I'm gonna try and find a place that's got no one nearby.
Give me 1 second to pull up the map so I can see. Okay.
Do you want some coffee?
I don't drink that.
Okay.
I'm trying some magic. Oh, by the way, your ring makes a mist cloud.
I don't want it anymore.
Oh.
I feel like there are people that could use this better than me. Does anybody want to make a cloud?
Anybody? Mist ring?
I'm good.
Any takers? No, I'll take it.
All right. So, first thing right off the bat, once you attune to this, you suddenly get hit by a weird
One sec. What's the item's name?
ring of obscuring. So, just as a note, as soon as you put the ring on, you get the feeling that you could twist this spell as you cast it. And instead of casting the spell Fog Cloud, you could cast the spell Ground Fog if you wanted to.
Ground fog day.
All right.
No. No.
Yes. It's too late. You have heard it.
Sad thing
But
is
are
I
you
can
going to try
try.
casting a...
I'm gonna try casting
Reign of Terror.
Reign of Terror. What do I want it to rain over there? What would potentially be the easiest?
Black Putrid Water is the easiest one on the list.
I suppose, yeah.
Also in the distance, like, not many people will look twice at a rain cloud.
Yeah. I'll do the water.
All right. So you look out and you select a location, and then you focus and try casting a spell. And for a second, you feel the mists respond. And in that location, the clouds start swirling. A little faster, and then you can see it start to rain in that location. Very dark rain.
Nice.
Do I feel any different?
A little bit.
Rainier followed you.
He has a moment like the Sweeney Todd moment where he's like, "At last, my arm is complete again."
Sort of like you feel like you could do something. You feel like nothing was paying attention to you, and now you feel like Barovia is slightly paying attention to you. Like you said, "Hey, listen up," and now it is.
Listen here, you little disobedient child.
You see that?
Is it?
It's pouring down black rain over there.
Is it rain?
Yeah, I think I did that.
Is it special?
I mean, I suppose so. I was. I'll.
I'm assuming this is not create water.
No, I don't think so. I'll bring up this. It says right here in Strahd's book, "Must be spooky." So.
It's written in all caps too.
Yeah.
It's like Strahd's looping the script. Must be spooky.
Is it
Underline it 5 times.
It's underlined, exclamation pointed with red.
So.
What else spooky things can you do with spells?
I don't know.
When that question is asked, the first thing that pops into your head is there's a spell called Never-Ending Nightmare,
That's a good one.
which subjects the victim to nightmarish dreams.
I imagine both of us are just like looking at the book, at the spell, and like look up at each other.
I mean, it wouldn't affect.
You know how to
It's like
cast
the
the spell.
Scooby-Doo opening.
Yeah. Well.
Although another spell that seems a bit more useful pops into your head. Corpse Whisper. This is a spell that lets you speak directly to undead. It seems you can't let you read the minds, but it lets you send a message to undead. Now the idea is that it lets you link up with a zombie or something that is unintelligent, but technically anything that classifies as undead could receive the message. Yeah.
I mean, technically, Rainier is undead. Didn't technically.
How? What is there? Is this a spell level or is this a cantrip?
Spell level.
Okay, what level spell is
It's
it?
a 4th level spell.
Okay, I can't do it yet.
Yes.
Maybe there's more of this stuff that I can do if
But you could do Augment Undead.
if I get. What does that do? Can I augment you?
Augment Undead affects one undead creature.
This is sounding cool.
It gives you advantage on saving throws against turn undead.
Okay.
And let's see here. Yeah, it's pretty much almost entirely meant to stop things from being turned by
Anti-cleric / paladin stuff. Okay.
and you're starting to
The fun
realize.
police.
So
I guess I
don't know if that even affects me, though.
Well, I don't know.
I'm like special.
but most of the spells that you can think of are 4th level spells. So you get the feeling that once you break that, you're going to be able to do stuff like, a very useful one just pops into your head, suppressed lycanthropy.
Oh, that'd be useful.
Or if you got a werewolf running at you in werewolf form, you can just say,
Down, boy.
and he turns into a person.
All right.
You think you're
Well, in the meantime, another game of chess.
Oh, you will lose in this.
I've been waiting.
I imagine they've been up longer than us, and we're just all like starting to get up, and we're like, "Oh, I have to do it somehow." We don't have an owl that's like undead anymore.
23?
14. You win. That's the first time you've won. We've played 2 times, I think. You beat Lucian. But I think the 2 times that we've played, I've won both of those. So now you have the sweet taste of victory.
I will tie this skull right now.
Okay.
So, Celestinian,
Yeah.
Vasilka comes up to you. And looks kind of worried, not worried, but like
25.
I rolled an 8, so
uncomfortable.
although I wouldn't necessarily say I rolled that I dropped the die, but
She walks over to you and she's like, I went up to the Abbey this morning, and she's like, I knocked on the door and no one answered.
And
wait, hold on, I gotta.
what do you think happened?
She's like, well, the bell's ringing on a regular basis, so Clovis is still ringing the bell in there, but
Not letting anybody in.
yeah, they're not letting anyone in.
Do you want to go check it out?
He's like, she looks indecisive, and she's like, I'm not sure. Maybe when we come back. She definitely seems really bothered by the fact that she wasn't able to just go in, because she pretty much has lived
Yeah, she lived there, yeah.
Obviously, the situation when you guys were leaving was not great, but
Right.
she's one. She actually brings up she's wondering what's going on in there, because after she's seen what happened with you and the way things played out, that the abbot is not exactly sane. So she but yeah, she just starts wanting to talk to someone, because it's like she's worried and she just needed to kind of talk to someone about it. But
I'll say all the comforting things, like, I'm sure it's fine, we'll check it out when we get back.
in the meantime,
Lucas, there's a fucking thing. There's another side quest or something we could do when we come back. Then, in my mind, we're going to go do the vineyard things.
Yeah.
And then we come back and we tell the burger man, hey, this was up. We probably killed all the werewolves there or something, I don't know.
I don't know where the werewolves is coming from, but okay.
It might
It's
be
just
werewolves,
Barovia,
I
okay.
don't know.
Understandable.
Then we go to Abby, yes. And all this.
Who's Abby?
I was gonna say that.
I'm always
call me
serious,
Shirley.
and don't call me Shirley.
Oh boy.
We go to the Abbey and we do whatever we're doing at the Abbey, but then, when I was just kind of staring at the night, as I do a lot, I don't know how I know, but it's Barovia. There's a big black monolith on that mountain, and I kind of want to go check it out or something, because
Are we all around you at this point?
I don't know.
Well,
we're playing
we
chess in the
played
house.
chess,
if you
so
want to be.
I imagine you guys probably woke up about the time we finished.
Yeah, you just had a conversation with somebody, so I assume you two are
That's
off.
true.
I'm
I gotta take this off, I'm gonna die.
Inside.
I walk in while he's saying that, and I say, I had a dream about that same thing.
You
also
stayed
had
at
a
a
dream
mountain and
about
the monolith said, hey, come up here.
No, I was like flying, and there was like a big black thing.
Were you riding on the big
I could say
raven?
something, but
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I couldn't tell, but I was definitely flying.
I also had a dream about
disappointed.
this monolith. I was in my direwolf form running into the woods, and I came upon the mountain and saw it.
Are you sure you're not a werewolf?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm just saying, I don't think I've seen you in the forms that's not direwolf.
Well, werewolves don't turn into dire wolves.
It depends on what book you're reading.
We're not bringing that garbage into this.
He just
Not
turns
that
into
one.
a mouse to prove it.
That one is banned in my country.
He just goes like,
Oh.
he goes like, poof, 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 turns into like a mouse, a bird, a bear, and then back into a man.
But yeah, didn't you learn how to turn into something like crazy recently? Was it a book?
The were-raven.
No, I can't transform into that.
No, it was something that when we were with,
Mordenkainen.
yeah.
He gave me a book that basically was like a how-to book to transform into different animals.
Yeah.
Which I have access to certain...
Wasn't there a particular animal in there that was like crazy or something?
I mean, all are crazy, but...
You can now turn into a dragon.
No.
What's that velociraptor thing called?
A velociraptor?
Like, it's like a it's like a velociraptor made out of knives. I forget what it's called.
It's called something. Give me a second. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, jeez. A velociraptor made out of knives.
Yeah,
that sounds like a Frankenstein monster kind of thing.
They're like really spiky and like super dangerous. And they look like velociraptors.
I don't think I can transform into that.
I think it's a medium creature.
Go
You can.
look at
It has to be a challenge rating.
black stone.
I have to be able to transform into...
After we come back to.
Well, normally they fight in
Yeah,
packs,
and figure out
so
what
it
the fuck is up
could
with
actually
the
not
Abbey, I
be that
suppose.
high.
Yeah.
Because I can only transform...
Because
The only
everybody
reason I can
wants to
transform
go
into
there.
direwolves because it's a
I mean,
CR rank 1. And
Crazy
because of my
stuff went down there,
druid
man.
symbol,
Like,
I can
I'm cool
transform
to skip
into
it.
those creatures. By like every level, I
But
progress.
Vassilka really wanted to
and
check
then
it out.
third level,
What happens in
like,
Vegas
my third
stays in
high
Vegas.
level,
Yeah.
I
Crest.
half my level.
What happens
That's
in
what I
Crest
transform
stays
into.
in Crest.
So I will only ever be able to transform into
Which is true,
That
because they
town
don't
is
go out.
lit. Yeah.
I'm having a lot of different conversations at the moment.
I think right now I'm like
This
we're
is
level 5,
awful.
right?
Do you ever wash those?
I can transform into,
stuff like
Okay, good.
yeah, so I so level 4, so I can transform
I
to level
see him
2
like,
CR
like having them eating and like putting it back in his
which that's
pocket
something I should start looking at. But
and never cleaning them.
so when I reach level 6,
No, but like
start doing some
that's not clean.
fun stuff.
I know it's not clean.
Because CR
I'm
rank
not a
3
sink
creatures are
either.
fine.
Like I just was like, this is Austin. He eats with these and then he goes, good enough.
This is good audio podcast.
I lick them clean.
Yeah, he
Put
licks
them in
them
my
clean. Like he
bag.
puts them in his mouth and like sucks them off, and then he like puts them in his bag.
Ah,
Just
yes.
saying that because he's gay.
I'm not going to put teriyaki covered chopsticks into my bag. They need to not be teriyaki on the chopsticks.
They need to not be chopsticks.
We gotta eat the
Alright,
chopsticks.
so what was the...
What's happening? This is a terrible
He's
part of
talking
the
about a
podcast.
flesh raker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cut this all out.
No, keep it in.
Flesh raker.
what's the
Can we,
CR rank?
when you edit the podcast down, can there be like a point when everybody starts talking at the same time? Just pause it right there and be like, "Hey guys, real fast. This is about to be a real bad. So just brace yourselves for that." Because let me tell you, I think every single person in the entire cast, except Tom, was talking at one point or another at the same time.
Yeah,
We'll
probably.
It was awful podcasting.
We're usually pretty good about
It was
avoiding that,
awful.
but
I'll listen to it and see how it sounds.
I mean, if it doesn't get edited, at least they know I'm remorseful about it.
See, like, also, like, you see, so you're probably wondering how I got into this position. Well, you see,
Then we
So,
started
yeah,
talking with our hands, and it was really descriptive.
It's funny. I tried to look up Velociraptor from Eberron because that's what it was.
Well, no, velociraptors are in Eberron, aren't
They
they?
are. They're called blood claws, but there's another Velociraptor that's also poison, and that's the flesh raker.
oh,
wow,
Yeah.
there's a lot of velociraptors.
But
in
when
here.
I searched Velociraptor in Eberron, what came up was Warforged Velociraptor.
that's amazing.
So there's a third, even more awesome.
Alright, new plan. Make Warforged turn into Warforged Velociraptor. Done.
Hey,
I can be a Transformer! I can
Outside
let it be
of
Beast
Eberron.
Wars, let's go!
outside of Eberron, you can be whatever designed Warforged you generally want as long as it's a medium creature, it's bipedal. So if you want to make a Velociraptor-shaped Warforged as your player character, that is perfectly acceptable with my
sounds
campaigns. All right,
Hey, it's a free
so,
Medium creature. Maybe if I was a gnome.
Listen, you played small creatures before. It could happen again.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Oh yeah, you played a cat.
are you guys ready to leave Kresk?
Sure.
Yeah.
I did play cat.
Yeah.
Onward to the vineyard.
Yeah.
So, you head out from Kresk and start down the road. It's actually not a terrible path. It's not as messed up as you would expect. It seems to be like this is about as far away from Castle Ravenloft as you can get. So it's kind of nice comparatively. Let me go to... The forest seems less dead.
What's going on over there? Guys making jokes?
Laughing, I
Huh?
couldn't help it.
This is a serious podcast. No jokes allowed.
What? You didn't tell me that.
Oh, wait,
In all these jokes this entire time, and this is supposed to be serious.
Yeah, I know. You're nice, buddy.
I feel so bad now.
Didn't we say that at the beginning? We were like, this is gonna be the one we do serious.
Yeah.
No out of character miss.
No, we said that, and as soon as we said it, we were like, that's not true though.
Yeah.
This is another bit.
So you come to a crossroads.
My whole life is a bit.
Same. You come to a crossroads.
Yes.
And you passed through here before in the middle of the night, but you didn't really look around too much.
We didn't notice.
There is a sign. It's a weather-worn signpost next to the road. 3 arms of the sign pointing along 3 branches of the road. The arm pointing to the north reads Kresk, where you just came from.
Yes.
And through the woods, you can see the stone bridge across the river that goes to Kresk. The arm pointing east reads Valaki, and the road slopes up gradually in that direction. The arm pointing southwest reads the Wizard of Wines.
That's where we gotta
The
go.
road slopes gently downward in that direction.
To the wines.
So,
Why are they?
I didn't know there was wizards.
Stop.
a branch of the Oldest Valley Road leads down to this vineyard. After about a half mile, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods.
I just remember the name of my horse. Sisyphus.
What did I name my horse?
Syphilis.
Syphilis. Yep.
You made that
You
same
named
joke
yours Buttercup.
at the same time when you named his horse.
Did I?
Do you know what
I have no idea.
Strahd's actual horse's name?
No.
Bucephalus.
Oh my god.
Guys, I wrote down my horse's name.
Sit.
It's McCree.
You're not allowed to name your horse that.
Didn't you change the name?
No, it's McCree. But I'll tell you what, Overwatch did.
Overwatch changed the name of your horse?
All right.
I don't remember what I named
They
mine.
gave it up now. It's not McCree anymore. I can have it.
Yeah, true. This is not copyrighted.
I'm gonna copyright
estate.
McCree.
Alright.
So, yeah, the road becomes a muddy trail that meanders through the woods, gradually descending until the trees part, revealing a mist-shrouded meadow. It's not early morning, but it's morning. It's still kind of like pouring down black rain off to your right somewhere, but
Sorry. Wrestling fan, so that's a lot more funny to me. Just Dustin Rhodes with his little rat and his garbage bag outfit.
When does that end? It's been a while.
WWE?
it's an hour.
No, TNA. That was when he was in TNA.
You suddenly realize that it's not an hour casting time, it's an hour per level.
But it was a cantrip.
It is a cantrip.
Per player level.
So,
Oh.
like 5 hours, give or take.
Give or take.
Does it like have to last for that long?
On the other hand,
you make it
TNA
stop?
is not
I mean,
very long.
I mean, is it concentration?
No. But, you want to try to stop it?
Sure. I try. I look at it and I
Try.
focus real hard.
You try to cancel the spell?
Yes.
It works. The rain
You did the magic
stops
fingers, that's what
and-
did it.
So,
I just slowly turn
I'm
back
never
to the
gonna
rest
say
of
magic fingers again.
This is not a clean episode.
No.
In comparison to what? I turn back towards the group and I just go, I think I'm turning into a god.
I am ascended.
Literally.
No.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
We're about to move towards some sort of big obelisk that may or may not have writing on it.
You are a little tiny strad.
Anyway,
Tiny strap.
Yeah.
the
yeah.
trail.
Travis looks so sad.
Tiny strad.
Yeah, just like the one right there.
Yeah, with the duck on his head.
Do you have a duck on your
We
head?
have a
Can you summon
Funko Strahd
ducks?
with a duck on his head. For
Can you make it rain?
Hey, I can wild shape into a duck and do it.
Ducks? Well, the spell does say must be spooky, so they gotta be spooky ducks.
Yeah.
Put them all in ghost
No, it's Duckula.
Duckula. Count Duckula.
Wait, hold on, sorry, I got... What were the words that you just said?
It's Duckula.
Oh.
If you
What did you
make
think?
it rain,
Well, no, I didn't think you said words. It sounded like you were, like, speaking demonic language or something. I was real confused.
He was though.
I said Duckula. And
Wow. I wasn't really paying attention.
And demonic.
yeah, as
what
you do.
if like all of the ducks were dead?
That is spooky.
It
I
is
guess. Do dead ducks count as being spooky?
Yes.
Okay, then you go to like a poor city and you make it rain dead ducks. You will feed the homeless. You are a savior.
Well, I tried making rain and it was
But like freshly dead or like rotting dead?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. They're probably
Like, are those things
sick.
expired or have they been preserved?
I mean, no matter how you slice it, they're-
Been expired.
they have a date stamped on there.
This is my favorite
It's like 2
class.
years ago.
They were fresh when we
Making it
caught
rain
them
expired ducks.
2 weeks ago.
Strahd, these ducks are moldy because these
Whoa.
Our ambiance candle. Finally.
We can't stay.
I've been waiting a week for that.
It's fine.
Hey,
I feel like we're having a lot more fun, and I think we're getting better content right now.
This
than
is
we have.
true. This is true.
So,
This is all stuff that all of our characters are talking about on the ride over.
What are you talking about, characters?
Are you insane?
Yes.
Yeah, I point towards my mechanical dog, Bear Raven.
Thing.
Bear Raven.
So, yeah, the trail splits. One branch heads west into the valley, and the other leads south into dark woods. A signpost at the intersection points to the west and reads Vineyard.
Okay.
As we're pulling up to it, hey, all right. So here's a theoretical thing. So I assume I can. Blood's scary. Could I just like make it rain blood and hold my mouth open and heal from it?
I mean,
Holy shit!
Like I can heal from this. I can heal from drinking blood.
you could try.
Well, not right now.
Do you have an umbrella that you could invent your
I'm sure these places have rainwater collection.
Get like a
collectors set
rain
up.
collector, yeah.
This.
When we get back to the metal grinder mill, I gotta set something up.
This is the best idea we have ever
Oh my
had.
god.
We'll make a little.
Vampire's version of Goodberry.
We'll make We'll make a little Capri Suns for
Yeah.
vampires.
Capri Suns for vampires. We like get a little ice cube tray. We make good berries out of the blood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, are you guys all standing at the
grapes.
intersection saying this, or are you?
No, we're. I imagine we're like pulling up to the vineyard as we're talking about
Yeah.
Okay,
this.
so light drizzle begins to fall while we're going out.
Not me.
I didn't do that.
Unpainted fences blindly follow the trail, which skirt north of a sprawling vineyard before bending south toward a stately building. The fog takes on ghostly forms as it swirls between the neatly tended rows of grapevines. Here and there, you see rope-handled half barrels used for hauling grapes. North of the trail is a large stand of trees. A man wearing a dark cloak and cowl stands at the edge of the trees, beckoning you.
That's creepy.
He's like, like, come here.
This.
To
I cast.
me.
How far is he away from
I
us?
am Strud 3 Boogaloo. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't
I don't know
know
what I'm
either.
saying.
Tom, how far is he away from us?
That was not what I had
He
in
is
mind.
about, I want to say, from the trail, he is just, not even a huge distance, maybe about 1,000 feet off in that direction. It's pretty open here.
This is sketch as fuck.
It's
He's
pretty
not-
sus.
Does this guy look like he's part of the vineyard?
She's wearing their uniform.
You're not familiar with the vineyard people, so you wouldn't know.
I mean, I don't know. He's by the forest.
I mean, he looks like a Barovian.
All right,
That
I'm
doesn't
gonna.
mean anything.
Well, that means
Yeah,
he's not
that's-
trustworthy.
Okay.
I think you should just go to the vineyard.
Me and you, let's go over to that guy. Everyone else, hang back a sec, and if he tries anything,
Blast him.
You know,
Russian.
Hey, who's
natural
going
quantities.
with Lucas?
Viva,
Rainier and Lucas.
yeah, Rainier.
he can go
The odd couple.
within 120 feet of him,
Okay.
and then I will cast message.
All right. Hopefully, it doesn't spook him.
He's being sketch as fuck. He's spooky. Me and Lucas will go
All right.
120 feet of them.
Specifically.
Stop.
Get a tape measure out.
Yeah. Have the app on your phone where you
Does he
can
do
like measure the
anything?
distance.
Yeah.
Coming closer to him.
He's just sort of like beckoning you to come closer. He keeps on looking over at the vineyard.
Does he have a white van?
No,
Is he offering us candy?
May I?
Wine gummies.
Can I make an Arcana check real quick to see if this guy is a repeating image?
Sure.
An illusion.
I'm gonna do perception as well to see what
All right.
Hold on.
this dude. 17.
17.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on.
You perceive some
18
things.
on the Arcana.
You.
Tell us all his secrets.
He is definitely a real person.
It's a real person. Well, it's like I could make that happen.
So, from your perception, you can tell that he is an older man. He is, let's see if I can get a... So, he's got this big, ornately carved staff that he's like holding onto while he's gesturing. He's got a lot of like tiny shiny trinkets on him.
That's like me.
They're like spoons, and he's got like a
Not
teapot.
like me.
They're all shiny.
Does he play the spoons?
And as you get closer, the cloak is actually green.
He's a spoon.
And it's a rain cloak. It's sort of meant for this kind of weather. He's kind of got a hunchback, and he's got like a pack full of just a bunch of little junk and stuff like that. His eyes are very like bright in a sense, not like shiny, but he's got like light-colored eyes. But you can see here and there, sticking out of his clothes, are what look to be raven feathers. Not like sticking out like they're part of him, but like they're caught in his cloak.
That's weird.
Okay, 120 feet, message. Okay, first, before we come, like, by you, this is fucking Barovia, so you know the drill. What the fuck is up with this? What is happening?
Name, rank, serial number.
ASL?
Oof.
Location? Well, right in front of you.
He's like,
Age old.
I know, but you need to come over here before they see you.
Who?
The druids.
I'm gonna turn around.
Wave everybody.
Yeah, drive everybody over.
All right. I stay. No.
I was gonna say, I was like, no.
I
So as you get closer, there are actually
That'd be hilarious. We wave our friend,
9
everyone just does it.
other figures that you see in the forest behind him. They're not like, but it's not like a bunch of armed people. It is a family. There's a couple children. There's women and children, and yeah, they're not like armed and like ready to attack. They're hiding in the woods.
He says that there are druids over there. Sebastian?
Immediately, as soon as the word druid comes out of Rainier's mouth, Sebastian just perks up, looks over, just checking around, and immediately checks the family and asks, "Are you guys okay?"
We are for now.
What do they want?
Well, we are not 100% certain, but well, they have driven us and we have left the vineyard and hiding up here.
Do you know how many there are?
I did not see all of them, but well, come under the cover of the trees for now. Says, I am Davian Martikov. Lucas, the Martikov family is the were-ravens that
You know and love.
Okay.
that you worked with. And he says, this is Adrian, my eldest son. This is Stefania, my daughter. Elvir, my youngest son. And this man here is Doc Demiscu. He's Stefania's husband. And they all like sort of greet you a little bit. There's actually a few more. There's 4 children. In addition to that, there's as you're introduced to them, there's a teenager named Claudio, 2 young boys named Martin and Vigo, and a baby girl named Yolanda.
Yeah, I'll let them know that we were sent by, I forget the guy's name, what his first name was.
The
tavern keeper.
Yeah.
We were sent by him and to check up on what's going on. But these druids, are they local?
They are from the Yesterhill to the south.
Okay.
We do not know exactly what they are here for, but they have, well, there are things, but...
And they've taken over the vineyard?
They've attacked the winery, yes. I can guess that they may be poisoning things. They have done such things in the past.
What a bunch of assholes.
Are any of you hurt?
No, we ran as soon as we could. I do not know if anything is still in there, but you must be careful. Look out there, carefully. Look for the bushes. They are not bushes. And he points out, and there are like in odd places, like small, like almost dead-looking brambly bushes around. They are the blights commanded by the druids. You start counting. There's like 30 of them.
30?
Yeah.
Is this a lot of fucking...
Are they summoned creatures, or are they something that would potentially go away if
The caster was dead?
Yeah.
He says, I do not know the intricacies of it, but they seem to persist longer than others. But there may be something. They are a new tactic of the druids, not something they have used in the past. One of the druids had a staff. It was dark. It's a black length of wood. Just looking at it made me feel uncomfortable.
Have they killed anyone?
I do not believe so.
Have they made an attempt to?
Oh, most certainly.
Okay.
Well, this is a lot of blights. Do we have traps, strategies, perhaps, against them?
I have not used Fireball yet, and I really want to try it out.
Probably
We
should
don't
not.
want to burn down the vineyard.
Yeah, I was gonna say we probably shouldn't destroy the place.
I mean, one of
You
us.
guys are always just standing in my way.
If we came,
How can I grow as a sorceress?
Listen,
I would love for you to use Fireball.
listen. I would allow you to use Fireball if you have careful casting for your meta magic, so you can just be like,
If you can cast a spell like that, then, well, I am not averse to little damage. Just don't destroy the entire winery. There is plenty of space.
let's.
what we need to do is
If
get them all
I
in
run
one area
in
then.
there and tells them that all the muzzles were twigs, and then they all rush in
Chase
and
you.
attack me, there'll be like 30 blights around me, and then you can hit me with the spell, and I'll be okay. I'm pretty good at living.
Well,
Or you can draw them to a spot that I can aim at, and then you could
What
not be
happens
in
if
that
Lucas
spot.
uses that thing to redirect it, but
What if we
he uses
make
it on
So there is a problem with that.
its area effect?
It doesn't work with area effect
Okay.
spells.
Yeah.
Only targeted spells.
if
So, real quick, I do have, and I'll hold up a little vial with some silvery dust in it. I have this dust of disappearance. Everything within 10 feet of it becomes invisible for 2d4 minutes.
this is good.
So potentially all of us could
Sneak
turn
in.
invisible and sneak to wherever we need to in the vineyard to
strategically.
to do something. At minimum, we'd have 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I like the idea of bunching these things up together and then fireballing them. It
I like
seems
the
very
idea,
fun.
too.
Bernier,
What?
Can they move?
can you use Wake to See?
They can move. Only the needle blights, the human-sized ones, can move as fast as a person. The others are slower.
Okay.
What if we made like
Are they intelligent? Do you know if they're intelligent?
They are not. If they are just barely so.
Okay. In that case, I am going to... Hold on.
what if we use an illusion to bunch them all up together?
I see my nephew. I actually forget the relationship here. I'm going to say nephew for now. I see my nephew has sent some truly capable people to help.
Who? Oh,
The
wait.
tavern owner.
Oh, yes.
Sebastian looks at the
It's been
older man,
quite
and it's
a
like,
few days.
we'll do what we can to make sure your home is safe.
So I'm going to take a minute. It takes one action to do this, but I'm going to magical tinkering one of the bottles that I have on me and create a static image of myself, I guess.
Okay.
Just standing there. And so it doesn't say time for how long it's there. Mm-hmm. Just as a static visual effect, including up to 25 words of text, but it's just a static visual effect
I
of
would
me.
say you can keep it going.
Okay.
And it can't move.
It can't move, doesn't make a noise, just stands there. But if
Well,
these
how close are we to the vineyard?
I don't know.
You've got plenty of space. So
Yeah,
you've got.
but if we don't,
Because we could get them to attack that
if you
thing.
attract a ton of attention and get their attention, that might work.
now I could make another one that makes a non-verbal sound as well. It's any noise as long as it's not a language.
He just goes,
No, it makes the bone cracking sound that Wick used.
Oh yeah.
This?
I mean, like, a blood curdling scream could do.
Just the
your
fax
everyday
noise.
Well, it's rodeo. It is every day.
Dialogue.
I was gonna ask Rainier, do you use Wick to see, like, what, like, get, like, a head count?
What does your OIC?
Yeah, essentially,
Yes.
Didn't they already tell us there's 30 of them?
View of the thing.
Yeah, but that's, like, including,
I'll be right back.
that might be including the...
You guys can use Wick with my eyes if you want to get information about it.
I thought he was gonna walk around like he was flying.
Actually, I'm going to make 2 of these visual
Okay.
things, just in case we need more. Again, they're non-intelligent creatures, so we can fool them pretty quick with this.
So what's the overall plan?
So I think the overall plan is to try and use one of these images to attract the rambly whatevers
Okay.
all into an area and radius that is able to be hit by a fireball.
20 feet
I
radius.
can also do Hunger of the Dar.
I mean,
What is that?
No.
Oh, you have no idea.
No, stop.
I don't have the sound effects set up, so you don't have to
Damn.
worry about it. There's a sound effect on Syrinscape. So it's that specific spell.
So the spell itself is like a void filled with soft whispers and slurping noises that can be heard up to 30 feet
Ew.
away.
Ew.
The last time Travis's character cast it, and he had a sound effect for it, and it was
well,
horrific.
Ty had a sound effect
Yeah.
for it, and it was
It
just
was
like this
horrific.
lot of like, yeah.
I'm like, we're like, never again.
We're all just sitting there trying to play Dungeons and Dragons, and this is the only other audio playing.
Never
He
again.
played for quite a while too, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Never again.
Okay. So
But
let's.
yeah, once they get
And I can
together, we'll fireball them.
I can cast it from 150 feet away, and it makes a 20-foot like sphere.
Okay. So you're going to send out just a visual thing, or also a noise-making thing.
So I've got one last tinkering slot. I don't know if I necessarily need an audio one. I suppose so. It just has to be something that's not a language that will gather their attention.
Okay.
Is a scream part of a language?
Would you like a dog?
Is
No, these
that-
weird noises are fine.
If it's not
Okay.
a word, then that's not
I mean,
really
to be honest,
language.
if you wanted to, like, one of you to just run out there and run in a circle until they all get gathered up into a circle, that would be a viable option.
It's just the sound of a police siren, and they're all like, "Jesus, it's the cops!"
Like, if you just run out there and just go, run around the whole.
I'm gonna make it a sound one of just like a scream. Does that last? Okay, it can be up to 6 seconds long.
That's a long scream.
No, I don't know.
I mean, yes, but also no.
I mean, yeah. it could
That's
be long.
weird.
Realistically, physically, yes, it's a long scream. But
When
as
this-
far as real world
Okay,
consequences,
it says up to 6 second long recorded message emits odor or nonverbal sound.
Odor.
Yeah. What possible you?
pheromones.
Yeah, I guess it will be.
Emit some pheromones for it.
I guess.
What you could do is,
Before we do this,
yeah.
I'm going to need.
Or you could do like a meat smell for animals.
Oh yeah, sure.
Hey,
true.
I'm going to need
don't touch
either a nature check from any of you, or from Lucian, your Monster Hunter lore check, which is your as if you had proficiency in it. So it's your intelligence
Proficiency bonus.
modifier and your proficiency.
That's not what I want.
Added to whatever you roll.
For us normal people, it's nature.
So
right?
21.
So 21. Okay. So there's a couple problems with this plan.
So there's a couple problems with this one.
No, there's not.
Blights have have a blind sight up to 60 feet, but they can't see beyond that. So if it's too far away from them, they won't see it, and they're spread out too far away.
But they can hear it.
Yeah, so
They
audio
could
would be the
potentially
way
hear
to
it,
go.
yes. But yeah, the good thing about that is that they are going to be gathering close together
Right.
if you can get them to go. So
Yeah, I'll tell Lucas the whole blind spot thing and say that any kind of audio thing might be a better decision if we're gonna lure them.
Okay. Then I will remove one of the two
Illusionary devices.
illusionary images, and I'll replace it with a second sound one. So we've got about 12 seconds
So
potential.
we have two noise makers to attract the alien over here.
Like somebody screaming.
Can we have like Wick or the dog, which I want to call Ajax, but it's not Ajax. Atlas. Can we have Wick or Atlas like run in a circle to get their attention?
I mean, you absolutely could.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or do we not want to put them at risk?
I imagine Rainier probably would not want to put Wicket.
Yeah, I could
you conjure them
send
again?
Atlas out.
Yeah, but Austin's Austin.
I'm curious though. Austin, Wick is a familiar, correct?
Yes.
Right.
Can magic items be activated through familiars?
Not well.
Okay.
I don't know. Sorry, that makes no sense.
I think I understand what you mean by it.
I don't
like.
Not clearly. I don't know if it's the case,
Could
but
he activate one of the? Just turn on the magical trinket.
I'm going to say yes.
Okay. So if we are adverse to doing it ourselves, I could send Atlas out to round up the majority of the ones on the farther edge and get him closer to, like, get everything kind of riled up and closer together. Have Wick set off the scream and also the image, and then we just wait for everything to gather, and if we do a head count and there's not all of them there, we've got another scream thing and Atlas can run around.
Do I have to roll for this to work, or I can just cast this spell, right?
You can just cast a spell.
Yeah, they
put it
have
all
to
together,
make
and they have to make saves. To try
dexterity
Okay.
saves, I believe. Which I imagine they're not.
So
What was that thing we got at the beginning that I still haven't used? Were we all
Inspiration.
blessed or inspiration?
inspiration.
Okay.
that's true. Inspiration.
So my thing is, if we don't do it ourselves, we could use the disappearing dust.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that get us like an advantage round or something?
Yeah, if we're invisible, we
Like a surprise round?
yeah, we get a
You could
surprise
use it to get a
round.
surprise round. Honestly, the plan of taking them all out in one big spell is not a bad plan. It's
Yeah,
kind of a good.
and also we
Well, I'm saying as a
already
backup.
But as a backup,
Yeah.
that would-
Yeah, that we could like
Actually, hold on.
make ourselves
Let me check our
invisible and
spells.
go in and
Actually-
clean up after
actually, if
fireball.
you were to use the dust disappearance and you were to make a lot of noise, but the other consideration is that if you make a bunch of noise, are the druids going to come out of the building?
yeah.
Right.
And once they do, because they're probably going to come out of the building, what are they coming out to? And so if they come out and there's just a smoking crater and no one around,
That's true.
that's a better situation to be in than them coming out and being like,
What the fuck are you guys
So
doing
after
here?
you cast fireball, then we'll do the dust of disappearance.
I could also cast Entangle to secure them in place for the fireball. Not that I would do anything.
Yeah, we'll
just saying.
have that on standby because I don't.
that might be better to use on the druids.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah, I don't know if
They come
the brambles are going to be too much.
Yeah.
If they come out, that would be a great first
20 foot.
hit.
How big is
What's happened while I was
20
away?
feet.
We've just been discussing the
This
plan.
is big as fireball.
So one of the big problems with the plan as it was is that they have a big blind spot of like, what was it, like 60 feet?
They can see only 60 feet with blind
Yeah.
sight, and then beyond that, they're blind.
So I suggested to Travis that we should just do audio instead.
So the plan is I'm going to give
Those aren't clean.
They're gonna be when I go home.
the current
toxic discourse
the current plan is to give Wick 2 rings. One has the image, and the other one has noise. And I'm gonna send Atlas out around the farther away area to try and lure everything towards him, and then you're gonna have Wick set off the rings.
Yeah.
And then come back to us. And
Yeah.
we'll just sit and wait. And once they all gather up, trying to do whatever to the image,
Frieza.
we're gonna fireball.
Fire.
We're gonna fireball them, and then after the fireball, we're gonna cast the Dust of Disappearance. So when the druids come out, like what's going on? If they come out, nobody's gonna be there, and we can sneak
Can the
in.
thing that Wick is carrying be that weird old man and then the Six Flags theme? He's dancing around. Travis is so
Disappointed.
It's a static image, yeah.
It'd just be like a cardboard cutout of him doing some wacky pose.
You mean Strahd?
Oh God.
It's Strahd as the old
Can I
man.
have your D6s?
Where is
since we're
my
gonna
He's
do
got
this? I need
he's
eight
got
of
the
them.
glasses and the
I have
bald
one,
cap
so
on,
I need
but you can
seven.
still see his long hair sticking out the bottom of
Yeah,
How many do you need?
7.
7?
that tracks with Strahd.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, if worst comes to worst, I could always make it rain something gross and put fire out,
Okay.
I suppose that would work actually.
even though it's raining right now.
Add more rain to the rain.
But if the fireball happens to not kill all of them, do we have a backup for that? What's going on over there?
Cat.
Get out of this room, you little rat.
No.
Meow. Beat you to it.
Meow.
They didn't give us fortune cookies, huh?
No. They don't
No
do
fortune
that,
for
I
you.
think.
Or maybe you just ate all of them.
Now remember,
Damn, you got me.
remember, Steph,
They're generally more Japanese.
this is something that you can do as a sorcerer. You have meta magic, and so you can cast the spell as an empowered spell,
Oh.
which means that after you roll your dice, you can then re-roll up to 5 of those dice to try to get higher rolls.
Let's do that.
So keep that in mind when you do this.
So if you roll anything like a 1 on the damage, you roll that sucker.
Yeah.
She first try, she rolls all 6s.
No.
No,
Is
yeah,
Wick
that's what you're
allowed
gonna
to
do.
activate the
Okay.
rings?
yes, and I
We
I
talked
yes.
about it, and he
Are
said,
you really
yeah.
eating another banana?
I want banana.
We know.
You know what? Let's try something. How about you just dump literally all of your, like everything you can do to empower a spell? Let's do all of it.
Oh.
But wait, but
I don't know how to do that.
You're going to spend 4
Is it possible to learn this power?
and you are going to. What you're doing is you're doing the empowered spell, which means that you can re-roll up to 5 of the dice that you roll. In addition to that, you can 3 of those sorcery points are going to giving the targets disadvantage on their saving throw against the spell,
Okay.
which makes it much more likely that they're all going to take full damage.
Okay.
Finally, you're going to use your Tides of Chaos ability, which is oh no, sorry, that won't work with this situation.
Oh man.
Instead, you're going to do a Wild Surge or something similar to it. So I'm going to roll on a chart as to what extra effect the spell gets. So the idea is that you're dipping into wild magic, raw magic to try to do this.
Okay.
She's a wild mage. Wild!
he's a maniac.
Casting like she's never cast
All right, are we ready
She has.
to try and do this?
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it.
So, first part of the plan.
All right. I will send Atlas out.
I send Wick out after putting the reins on him.
So,
Dice have weird things.
the,
That's the max one, so that would be 6 in this case.
I understand that. I didn't ask what it is. I said whys.
Because they're elder dice. One is Cthulhu.
You're Cthulhu.
Yes. That is the sigil of like. The
Well, we've been playing with Cthulhu this whole time.
Yeah.
No wonder we're all insane.
We were rolling 20s.
I did roll a 20 on
Thank
the
you,
Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
This octopus thing?
Yes. Do you fear death, Captain Jack Sparrow?
No.
You almost said soul.
That's not Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Do you fear death, Captain Jack Sparrow?
Do you think Davy Jones is Cthulhu's favorite Pirates of the Caribbean
Come here, Cat.
character?
Probably not.
It's probably his grandson.
Yikes. The grandson he didn't want.
Well, there is a pirate in the Call of Cthulhu, right? Or no, that's Shadow of Innsmouth I'm thinking of.
But that's not in Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm saying if like Cthulhu watched Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
his favorite character would probably be Davy Jones.
Cthulhu comes from the depths, just like, I want to watch something.
I don't think so. I think Cthulhu is a reasonable person. I think it would be Barbosa.
Yeah.
How dare you?
Delilah,
If
I was
not
trying to attract
Davy
her.
Jones, then Jack Sparrow. 'cause
she
he's a-
knows, and she's not going to go over there out of spite.
We're talking about a cat for context.
The little rat.
There
Get out
are
of here.
2 animals in the room.
There are 2 animals.
So anyway,
So anyway, we started blasting
So
fireballs.
I tell Atlas to go and run and bark.
Wick just starts flying
and-
around and
and-
screeching. With
Honestly, he doesn't even need the bark. It's just the clanging of all
Yeah,
the
It's like the hydraulics you hear.
Does it make like a clock strike midnight?
Yeah.
We do
what I
all
thought.
this.
Come here.
They do nothing.
they
sit
do
there.
start getting up and moving and coming after Atlas.
I prep the dust of disappearance. Prepared action.
Okay. They managed to gather the 2 of them with the spells and stuff. Managed to gather them, and they start kind of herding them and drawing them into this small area. They start noticing that each other are around and stuff like that, but they're all converging on this one point. So after a bit,
I'm thinking about Hitchhiker's Guide. Oh no, he's closed the gate. We'll have to find another way around.
you roll 1 perception check here. All right. So
Drew, that's outside. What are all our plants doing?
eventually, you watch. They're getting closer and closer together, and closer and closer together, and finally, they're all within
20 feet.
within 20 feet of each other. Go ahead and cast the spell.
Ooh. 2 crits.
3.
Maybe, yeah, 3.
And I can re-roll 5 of
Up to
them.
5 of them. Yep.
Well, should I just re-roll it anyways, or should I keep it?
Well, don't you get to pick the higher, don't you?
No, you.
Reroll
You have to take it?
up to 5
Yeah, if
dice.
you re-roll, you have to take the new one. So
Should I re-roll?
Roll the 1, definitely.
Well, yeah. Should I have a 5? Should I
What is
re-roll
this?
that?
No.
I have
would-
2 3s and a 4 and a 1.
I would re-roll the 1s and 2s.
3s.
No,
We don't have any 2s.
How many
we just have 3s.
Oh,
2
okay.
3s.
I have a 1, 2 3s, a 4
only
and a
2.
5.
It's only 2. I say go ahead, roll the 3s.
But not the 4 and the
Let's
5.
re-roll one of the 3s and the 1.
Oh, just 1?
Just 1?
Yeah, just one.
All right, sure.
Yeah, let's go with 1.
Okay.
You can re-roll that thing 5 times.
True.
Oh, am I allowed to? 5 times.
It's up to 5 dice.
it's up to 5 dice.
Not 5 times.
I would say that if you still have more re-rolls,
Well,
What'd
what'd
you
you
get?
get? What'd
I
you
got a
get?
4 and a 3.
that's good.
Alright.
Count it up.
Okay, so 10, 20,
30, 40, 50.
37.
That's
37 damage. All right, now let me just check and see what they roll on their saving throw with disadvantage.
have them roll once.
They all roll 20s.
That would be the ultimate no.
That is a 9 that I'm using as the. I rolled them all together.
What are you doing?
So
You
Is that
distracted
appearing
her.
on the track?
probably.
Little fatty.
Hey, that's Delilah. Say hello, everyone.
You distracted her.
I was talking
She
to
was
the
gonna
audience.
come by me.
Not everything has to be about you, Sebastian.
How rude.
Give me 1 second to check the health of these.
Hardly
things.
anything's about Sebastian.
Same. This is like the one thing that is actually about me because we're dealing with druids.
Here's your
So
dice back.
the twig blights are vaporized. They don't.
Whoa.
They're just gone. They have 4 HP each.
Oh.
The needle blights have 11 HP each. They are also gone. The vine blights have 26 HP.
Also gone.
So what was your total roll?
37.
37. They're completely gone. There is a massive explosion that just.
That's my cue.
Everything
I take
lights
the-
up, and all of our like cloth and stuff just goes flying.
Yeah.
Building looking.
Well, it didn't happen at the building.
Okay.
So it was, now this, of course, draws attention as like. You would imagine if this was in the modern day in a city, car alarms would be going off, cats would be going.
Well,
A couple seconds later, a couple of druids come like running out the doors.
That was
and stuff.
fucking awesome.
There are
Right.
2 of them. One of them is holding the black wood staff. However, the magic has not fully settled from this spell, and as things kind of fall to it, I rolled on the Wild Magic Surge chart.
Happens again.
No,
A second fireball.
oh my god.
you actually cast another spell.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I do.
Another one slipped out.
You cast
I was just so excited.
Magic Missile at 5th level. So these are all coming out, and you see these orbs of like magic missiles popping out and getting ready to target and go after something. You have to choose where to direct them and what to go to. You have
And what do I? Am I gonna have to roll for damage?
yes,
Yes. But they hit, so
But I
I
don't-
mean.
they automatically hit, but you have to figure out what you want them to hit. So magic missiles 1d4 plus 1.
So that gives me what? 8 darts
Yes.
each.
Yes, you have 8 darts. So you could throw them all at one thing if you want.
Do it.
And it's just 1d4
Yeah.
for each dart.
I think it's 1d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 8.
Well, how many druids are there?
2.
2 that you see.
So 4 at each.
All right.
And I just roll
Roll
Start
damage,
rolling
they hit.
damage.
roll 8 d4s, and they're all plus 1.
Oh, that's
Well, I'll just roll them one at a time.
4 damage automatically to the.
I'm keeping count of how many rolls.
Each one is plus
each
1.
one is plus 1. Yeah.
So I'm keeping count of your rolls.
$14 to the first one.
Okay.
That was 4 rolls, right? Okay. $10 to the other one.
10 either. Yeah, these missiles just go and just hit the 2 of them.
Ow.
And they are both like looking around wildly.
As soon as her spell ends, because it was a prepared action, I
Yeah.
use the Dust of Disappearance. I already rolled for it. 8 minutes.
This is the max.
Yep. So we're invisible for 8 minutes. It goes away when you make an attack. So
I'm going
beware.
to sneak up on these motherfuckers and stab the shit out of them.
I'm wild shaping into a dire wolf.
So
Let's go.
both druids cast Barkskin on themselves.
After they've been hit.
Yes,
Did they take all that damage?
absolutely.
Okay.
and the one with the staff kind of like shakes a little bit, and more twig blights start coming out of the building behind him.
Okay.
It's clear that this is the method by which they are controlled, maybe even generated.
I'm going to start trying to stealthily making my way to the guy with that staff.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Do I have advantage because I'm invisible?
Should we do
That's just a
initiative?
normal roll though, because
Yeah, do we need to roll initiative?
I have heavy armor on, but I rolled a 15.
A 15?
Yeah.
Okay, let me check something real quick. I haven't started combat yet. It's pretty close to that, but it's like.
But do we each get a stealth action
Yeah, you can all.
before combat?
Yes.
And that just means we roll at initiative, or we roll at advantage,
When you're doing stealth.
Well, I'm trying to
or do we use our
make
stealth
my way
bonus?
over.
You add your stealth when you make a stealth roll. You add your stealth to it, but I think we're invisible, so
Because you're
might
invisible,
get advantage.
you roll.
Twice and take the
twice
better
for
of the two.
advantage. Yeah, and you add your stealth.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Wait.
unlatched.
I used fireball and I have to use up a spell slot.
Quick question: how far away are we from because I don't know how far we were originally. But
You were about 150 feet away because that was the range on fireball.
Okay. That's not okay. So I have to get closer. I'm not wild shaping yet. I'm gonna when we're not in combat yet, so I can actually do this because it's not out of turn. I'm gonna kind of keep closer or near. So I'm gonna try to get within 90 feet, and then I'm gonna cast Entangle.
So yeah, I want to hear what your guys' plans are individually before we actually.
I'm going to stealth up to the leader with the staff, and then immediately when coming out of my invisibility, activate the sun sword and stab him.
Okay, that's your plan. What do you want to do now that you've rocked the whole area with this concussive magic?
You wiped out.
I'm gonna come a little bit
Shaw thought
closer,
that it is castle.
and I'm gonna do Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Let's see.
But after I kick everything off, so I get advantage too, right?
I'm assuming you guys are going to act simultaneously. Is the
Yeah.
idea?
Yeah.
So, Lucas, what's your plan?
I'm going to try and get within 90 feet of them, and then cast Strahd's Baneful Attractor, not on them, but on the balcony that they're kind of standing on, so that any spells they cast that go through that area hit the ground, essentially, if that's feasible.
That's not a bad idea.
Okay.
I think technically you have to target a creature, but let me double check.
The twig blights.
Honestly, it's not a bad idea.
Actually, let me see.
Yeah, the twig blights are coming out in front of them, so that would work.
Any single target, range spell, target individual within 2 feet of creature affected by. Yeah, okay, it has to be by a creature.
But the twig blights are on the ground in front.
Okay, so there's two of them, right?
Yeah,
One standing next to the other.
yeah.
Okay, so I will cast it on the non staffed one when I get within 90 feet.
Actually,
And
He's gone.
what were you doing?
So you were gonna do Chaos Bolt on one of the druids.
What?
should I?
Yeah, the one
I'm
with
trying
the
to figure
staff.
this out.
Okay, the one without the staff. Then I'll do the same.
I plan on doing
Okay.
that, but I don't understand cast it at.
How often do you think it happens that
Here, hold on.
it actually becomes chaotic where you roll the same thing on both the eights?
Not very often.
Right?
Say.
Yes.
I thought that
Just
sounded
for
really
ritual,
cool.
me coming out of
I've never
invisibility,
had it
stabbing
happen,
that
but I
druid.
also haven't
Can it
used
just
it
be
like.
like that, like how I used to do with the lightsaber in the Star Wars campaign? Just activate
I
the
like it
sun
more than
sword
magic missile
behind
because it does
him.
more damage.
My thing with Chaos Bolt is I've had trouble actually getting it to hit sometimes.
Increase the
But when it does hit, it's really
level.
nice
Does it?
because it's continuous. You don't
It's
have to
like
roll it
guiding
again.
bolt for me.
I don't
I
think,
will
I
never
don't think
ever
it
hit guiding
changes.
bolt,
I think it's
and I
just
don't
for
know
if you've got
what's
spell
going
But if you roll it at a high level,
I'm
it does
just,
hit
we're
pretty
talking
hard
about
the first time.
entanglement and how if you cast it at a higher level, nothing about its effects change. And I'm just trying to explain that it's more so just if you only have like second level spell slots, you would spend a second level spell to then cast that
It doesn't make this very
I haven't
clear,
used
but
any of my spell
higher
slots yet, so
levels
that's what I was
cast
asking.
Although
the first.
we don't know what they've done yet, so I don't know if Entangle is necessarily a necessary option.
Well, I could do this,
We got a second level.
Well,
or I could go wild
Let's
shape.
initiate combat with each of your actions.
here, again, keeping them in place.
Above
I don't know. I don't know if
Using a
that's
spell
We'll see if
super
Super
necessary. Yeah.
Say that you're prepping to do that if it gets.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do it, but I'm also like considering my options because I.
Are we
I'm
rolling
good.
initiative?
Not yet. It's maybe over before initiative is needed. So, let's do the chaos bolts first.
All right.
Okay, I'll go first.
Unlimited power.
That's a 20. And then so it's a 28 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
And so what do I do because it's a 20?
Roll your chaos bolt damage because it hits, and then multiply it by 2.
Okay.
Million.
Oh wait.
Man, you crit a chaos bolt. This has never happened in the history of ever.
So the damage is going to be cold damage.
Okay,
Tell me they're not immune to that.
they are not.
They get healed by it.
Actually, I got to do this.
A second druid spawns.
Second druid.
28.
28. That's the double.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it was 14. No! More than that. 32.
32. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because it was 16.
So, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes this flying bolt of ice that just slams into the one with the staff and just frozen solid.
Woo!
And literally crumbles to pieces, including the staff.
Oh.
All the there's like an unearthly scream that echoes throughout the whole valley.
Even though Rainier and I are invisible, we fist bump.
And
Fist bumps you.
the and every single blight that's in sight just goes pops.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right.
The sorceress really just went.
Yep.
Today I choose violence.
So
I
I'm
woke
gonna
up
say
in a
this right
mood
now.
today.
Like Stephanie has now discovered the true power of being a sorcerer.
She pointed twice and
Everything died.
she pointed twice and has a kill count of over 32.
So wait, is he dead?
Yes.
Your plan is not
Is he
gonna
still
work.
a target?
And that's not the one you were targeting.
I know, but I haven't
If you
cast
want it
mine
to
yet.
be.
He's not. Well,
Can I
we get to see
target
the other
him
cast
then?
bolt.
He targets
Potentially.
So that the guy that's alive, any spells that he casts just hit the dead body?
Maybe, but I don't think that guy's going to get a chance to cast any spells.
It's
We'll
true.
see.
It's true.
So
We
that,
have another witch bolt, which
that
could be
hit
another
for
nat 20.
23.
That's going to hit.
All right.
There's also an
you
invisible
roll a
right
20?
here coming through.
No, I
having
rolled
a dream.
17 plus 6.
He's dreaming right now.
I saw that.
That's really helpful.
This is the second time
It's a
he's
second
he's
level?
reached his dreaming state.
So 2d8.
No, I'm rolling it at 3rd level.
So 2d8, 3d6.
Yeah. Wait. For each level above first, so 2d6.
No, above second. Oh yeah, above first.
Yeah. 'Cause that's 2
But
levels
it's
above
2.
first.
But you get 1 already.
What was that? Wow, was that breaking?
No, isn't it 2d8? Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. So that's 3d6.
We all start taking rogue levels.
Alright.
I know things. Not many things.
Rainier could take arcane tricks, right?
That's 11.
Travis, that cat is staring.
13.
Oh, never mind.
He's
Plus, do I add anything to that?
So he's like twitching and stuff, and she comes over and is like,
Oh.
"What's going on?"
Yeah,
She
so
does
that's
it all the
13.
time. Hey, she'll
13 damage?
Yeah.
she'll come over and gain his ear.
Not dead, but down.
Cool. Well, next turn probably.
So yeah. What type of damage is that?
How was that?
The first d8.
Well,
or
they're
pick
both
one.
1.
Doesn't that mean you?
It
not-
tells
you're
you
not allergic
it's
to
like
cats, right?
acid or something.
No.
But if you roll 2 of the same, it doesn't mean.
Chaotic energy leaps. Oh, shit. It leaps from the target.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Each of your
you just
foes.
did it. The thing I was talking about? So you get to go again.
What?
Well, no, it means it moves to a different target.
No, you hit it and you get to hit something else. Because it hits that guy and then it it's chaotic, so it keeps building.
Shit, alright.
Oh.
It was acid damage, by the way.
So I don't have to roll attack. Do I
No.
just damage?
No.
Just the damage. The
So
same
this poor
damage.
man's being struck by the same lightning bolt like
Well,
twice.
it has to be a different target. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
and the
Yes,
other
it's a
one's
different creature.
gone.
Wait a minute.
Baneful attractor.
Can I baneful attractor this guy to make sure all of them hit him?
I'm gonna say yes.
Within 15 feet, if it hits,
We're not officially in combat.
if it hits and
I'm
then
gonna say yes.
leaves to target something else, it passes through that 15 feet.
He's in.
But what are you going to aim at that's 15 feet around him? There's
I'll just
nothing.
aim at the ground.
Himself.
No. If you hit him with it and it hits, then creates another spell that has to go to something else. It's going.
It starts
through,
redirecting and it
yeah,
just turns
it
around.
starts going through that 15 feet, comes back and hits him.
Let's do it.
So I'm gonna baneful
He
attractor
goes,
this guy.
heck.
He's unconscious, so he can't resist it.
Oh. It's a never-ending cycle.
Well, alright.
Just sit back invisibly.
again!
You know, the time we're gonna need this to happen, it's not gonna happen. But this is great.
I just said how often you think that happens. He goes, not very often.
I'm like, it hasn't happened before, and then I did it twice.
Roll again, see if it happens the third time.
Okay, let me count the damage first.
I mean, this man's gonna get just straight up melted by acid.
There's 14,
Let him count.
19,
The damage is not alive.
24.
Wait, what are your 8s?
They're 4s.
So it's force damage. And he rolled 2 4s again.
Do it. Again. And again.
This is gonna be like the episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where he just keeps attacking over and over and over again.
It's just gonna be a corpse on the ground.
I mean, right
One of
now-
them's gonna be shock damage, and he's like, oh, and then he gets hit again and he dies.
Shock damage. Comes back alive. Come alive. I
How
kind of
much
want you to
damage
do it
was it
again.
this time?
I forgot. 10, 14, 19, 24.
Just put it this way though, this man's not alive at this point, but
Roll
still
it
fun.
again. Magic man.
Is it snowing?
Well, he's
It
alive.
looks like it is. It's not.
Great.
He is not alive.
I now diagnose you with dead.
But the spell does redirect and just.
That's amazing.
I'm on it. I'm fine.
Technically, he was downed. Second one, 2 failed death saving throws. Third one finished him off.
Okay.
Technically.
I want to go for an overkill.
Rainier is gonna post while seeing these two fuckers dead. She's gonna invisible post up next to the doorway, and if any druid comes running through, she's just gonna activate the sun sword into them.
Oh God.
Make an attack roll because a druid comes and opens the door.
That's advantage.
4.
Hey guys, that's
So you activate it right behind them.
Oh, I miss you.
Damn, I was off by a second.
that's 20 for a 27 to hit.
Oh boy.
Wait, was it a natural 20?
Yeah, it was.
Hey!
Oh man.
These druids don't know.
These rolls.
This is the best session we've ever had.
Literally, like I think everyone tonight has rolled white.
Yeah. Did you roll one?
I rolled 1.
Then yeah, everyone has.
That's 28 points of damage.
Oh God.
Don't you?
I rolled an 8, and that's plus 6 doubled.
28.
Yeah.
Do you know how many hit points they have?
How many?
27.
Oh man!
Oh my God.
I'll come and help you get off.
What the fuck is going on? Hey, are they undead?
No. Thank you.
I'm gonna say no.
Drat.
So, Yeah, it's all of them.
And like our theme song just starts playing as the dust settles.
The Lost Seekers theme song.
Actually, how's the fire doing? Is the rain
Megabus song.
is the rain taking care of that?
It's magical. Like a fireball doesn't necessarily set everything on fire.
Okay.
But yeah, no. You just like erase that.
Incoming!
That was fucking incredible.
The druid fucking drops, and Rainier doesn't really need to, but just for style, she just like scrapes him off with her boot and then turns the sun sword off.
So all of us are no longer invisible except for you, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
That was the best planning we ever could have had. Let's just go kick Strahd's ass.
No, we're way too ahead.
We're ready.
We got this energy going. The way our luck's going.
But wait. What are we gonna tell the people? Like, why aren't they doing wine? Giving out wine?
I mean,
Because they got attacked by druids.
So where are the real people?
they're over there.
The people hiding in the forest.
Oh.
Those were the people we talked about.
Okay, as long as we got our story straight.
They're all coming down, and they're like,
That
Did
was
you guys see that?
Davian's like, who are you people?
The Lost.
The lost.
Yes, last
TM Incorporated. Yeah.
I got my hands on my.
Yeah, we all do our pose together, the Power Rangers
Except you
flying dog
don't
pose.
invisible.
Our hair's blowing in the wind
Yeah, another fireball goes off.
behind us.
Except me, because I'm invisible, because, you know.
Yeah,
But you're still posing.
like the Ginyu Force.
There are 5 of us.
No, that dog wants in.
So,
Holy fuck.
yeah, after a few minutes, he invites you to come into the place and starts going through stuff, and yeah. So this winery, dog covered in snow.
Oh boy.
It's got 3 floors. It's pretty interesting. There are several barrels full of wine. Some in the process of being made, all sorts of stuff. And so one of the things they find out pretty quickly is that they were poisoning some of the wine. Seems to be the plan. Seems like a really problematic situation, and they're like, well, what do we do with this? It's because they can find they find these bottles that have been poured into the wine.
If they give me enough time to reset one of my spells, I can cast Purify Food and Drink.
Well, turns out, Silk and Vasilka.
Oh,
Hey!
She finally pulls her weight.
Oh, Jesus. Might not want to say that about the fiance to Strahd.
No, she doesn't love him.
True.
But yeah, no, she'll cast Purify Food and Drink on the wine and get rid of the poison. So Davian's like super grateful, and he is like, I was hesitant to, I don't know if this is the voice I used for him or not. I was hesitant to let you in on the entire situation, but I am grateful.
Oh, no problem. That was cool.
Lucas is playing with Atlas in the background.
Yeah.
So,
Good boy, Atlas.
there are some other problems that have arisen from these druids. All we have is the purple grape mash number 3. Because our winery uses some magical means to generate its wine. We have 3 gems that were planted in this in these fields, that helped the wine grow and gave us the 3 types. One of the few sources of hope in Barovia, I might add. But all 3 of them have been stolen. They are gemstones, each the size and shape of pine cones, and each containing a green, glowing light as bright as a torch. I know where 2 of them are. I have no idea what happened to the 3rd. But without them, this winery is done. Only that magic of those stones helped the vines grow against the darkness of Barovia.
I feel like we can get these gems back.
Well, one of them is the one who was just taken by these druids. They have taken it to Yesterhill in the south. The other one was taken by a hag. It is currently in this ruined town of Berez.
We're headed that way at some point, so...
And we had plans to check out Yesterhill.
And you seem perfectly capable of dealing with some of this stuff here.
Yeah, we do all right. Thanks.
We are pretty cool, it seems.
It seems.
And do you know what happened possibly with the 3rd one, or you said that you don't know?
Unfortunately, I do not know what happened to the 3rd. But if you happen to find it, well, that would be a boon that would bring us back to an age that... Well, I won't get my hopes up too much. This has been gone for a long time.
Next week on Action Economy, we all roll ones.
I look over to Lucas. Sebastian looks over to Lucas and says, "Can we try to get back at least the one for Yesterhill that the druids stole from here?"
Well, I mean, if I remember correctly, we need to go to Yesterhill anyways.
Yes, I do not know what they are using it for, but it seems like druids of this sort would have some dark purpose for a gem of this sort of power.
Maybe like they are growing the twigmen lights.
It is possible, but I feel in my bones that there is something else. One of the druids said something that I did not understand. They speak their own language. But I remember what he said. He said it, he yelled it after us. And he says, in kind of broken, it's not exact, but he says something that you recognize as druidic.
Yeah.
Sebastian. And it's in druidic. It's, nature bows to my every whim, for I have the vampire's staff.
Oh.
We froze his staff.
Okay, so I tell the man who told us this, I understand this language, and I translate it for him and what it means, and loud enough for everyone else to hear.
I'm gonna try real hard. Do I remember ever having a staff?
I'm gonna have you make a, what would this be? A history check.
I told you to take the wizard's staff. Or in this case, the vampire staff.
You wouldn't deny an old man who's walking a stick.
If it's Strahd, yes.
You wouldn't deny an old man.
Said history?
Yes.
17.
Okay. You...
One of the 4 things I'm real good at.
You don't recognize that staff that was destroyed. But a word comes to mind when you think about a staff that would be your staff. And it's Winter Splinter.
Cool name. Yeah, me too.
Ironic name.
Yeah.
Considering that we froze it and it shattered.
Very ironic, yeah.
It's immune to freezing damage. It lived.
I'll say the
it
name.
has something to do with a tree. And you remember standing on a hilltop with a large, gnarled, evil-looking tree. Looking
Pretty gnarly.
Looking out at a
Did Christopher Walken come out of it?
looking out at a wall of fog that shimmers and changes and sometimes forms into a like through the fog you can see illusions of things.
Similar, maybe, to the house with the moving wolves into the walls and all that. Sort of like how it was like, oh, when we were leaving it seemed like the wolves were alive and moving.
Kind of. It's a wall of fog.
Okay.
And it's a ways away. But standing on the top of the mountain, you can see the wall of fog. And you know that that's the border of Morovia. But, you have this idea of Golthius is a name that comes to mind. The Golthius tree. And Winter Splinter.
Can I make my way over to the frozen wizard's, not wizard, druid's body and see if there's anything left of the staff?
You said he crumbled.
The staff itself has been broken. But it's definitely of a dark, evil kind of wood. You don't recognize the staff itself, but it's not in good condition. It's more like it's been broken and repaired multiple times.
I don't suppose I could take 10 minutes and identify the broken staff, correct?
No, you could do that.
Okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to see if this really is...
Winter Splinter.
Yeah, Winter Splinter.
Master.
Nah, it's
Master Splinter.
What's
broken
the
cousin.
man's name, the head of this winery?
This would be starts with the D.
Frozen Closure.
The guy we're talking to at the moment.
Yeah, Davian Mardikov.
Yeah. So while Lucas is preparing that ritual, Rainier is going
Which,
to
from
go.
my perspective, is trying to find that. Hold on.
Imagine you were trying to do something and God said, hold on, I need to load.
God's like, I don't have time to deal with your shenanigans at this moment. Give me a minute.
Must gather your party before venturing forth.
So,
Can't leave behind my son. My
what
friend
you
Superfly.
identify is this is a Golthius staff. It's made from the branch of a Golthius tree. So, first off, it's a spongy black length of wood. Its evil makes beasts visibly uncomfortable within 30 feet of it.
Oh.
The staff has 10 charges and regains 1d6 plus 4 of its expended charges daily at dusk. If the staff is broken or burned to ashes, the wood releases a terrible inhuman scream that can be heard out to a range of 300 feet.
Oh.
All blights that can hear the scream immediately wither and die. It can be wielded as a magic quarterstaff. On a hit, it deals damage as a normal quarterstaff, and you can expend a charge to regain a number of hit points equal to the damage dealt by the weapon. Each time a charge is spent, red blood oozes from the staff's pores, and you succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be afflicted with short-term madness.
Oh.
When you are attuned to the staff, blights and other evil plant creatures don't regard you as hostile unless you harm them. And yeah.
Okay. Well, it's a good thing we destroyed it. But also, this isn't Winter Splinter.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. Actually, hold on one second. There's one more thing to that.
Actually, it is.
It just starts like
its
does
actual
like the
name
thing,
is Splinter
just grabs
Winter.
the other half of the staff, just pulls itself together.
That'd be pretty crazy.
So
It would be shot staff at that. I mean,
you do in your head let Golthius. Legends tell of a vampire named Golthius who worked magic and raised up at a tower called Nightfang Spire.
Jesus.
And he was destroyed
Was this guy a big fan of Shadow the Hedgehog as well?
when a hero plunged a wooden stake through his heart, but as the vampire was destroyed, his blood infused the stake with a dreadful power. In time, tendrils of a new growth sprouted from the wood, growing into a sapling infused with the vampire's evil essence. It said that a mad druid discovered the sapling and transplanted it to an underground grotto where it could grow. And from the seeds of this tree came the first blights.
Cool.
Interesting.
But technically, this can happen anywhere. Where a tree or plant is contaminated by a fragment of an evil mind or power.
Which, being in Barovia.
No shortage.
Yeah.
While they are doing that magic stuff, the actual important things, I am going to go. Fuck, what was the guy's name?
Davian?
Yeah. Davian. Davian. How much would a cask of this wine be? Enough for, like, a really big party?
I haven't, it's not listed because that's an odd thing to ask. He is real short on wine, and all this is like marked to be delivered to places. So, it's got BV for Blood of the Vine Tavern, BW for the Blue Water Inn, K for Kresk, and some they're labeled Vistani.
Vistani don't need it. You can take theirs.
They have parties.
He starts looking through because he's like, if he doesn't plan on charging you for a cask of wine at this point, but he's going through trying to find out what he's got, and you notice in his manifest that there's another delivery point in the older records marked S.
Per Strad. Strad.
Probably.
I do enjoy my blood wine.
Yeah.
So, let's see here. So you also find out that they're all were-ravens.
Hey, we're good. We like were-ravens. We are friends with them.
And they're perfectly willing to get their deliveries going and to inform people of who solved this problem.
The Lost Seekers with 2 E's and an S.
There's a Z in there, but I'm not going to tell you where.
The Lost Seekers.
You'd think, but you'd be wrong.
Oh.
It's a Z Lost.
It's a mystery, see?
Z Lost Seekers.
Technically, there are 3 E's in the name.
Right.
The Lost Seekers.
Interesting.
Ye old seeker.
In reality, it's just the Lost Seekers. Z.
Z. It's not even like at the end of it. There's a space and then Z.
Just like Dragon Ball.
I was just going to say that, like, we sound like a Dragon Ball ripoff.
Z.
Next time on the Lost Seekers, Z. One last thing about the Golthius staff and stuff.
Oh boy, this stick's got a lot of lore behind it.
So, if you have
very spongy,
significant magic power,
not gonna find that here.
You could potentially do something to turn a Golthius tree into a blight.
Oh.
Which would be significantly more dangerous than these blights that are out and about.
But why? Why would you do that?
But you could.
Who knows?
Madness!
But do we have this staff? Is it fixable?
It's not really
busted.
fixable. I mean, potentially you could use the materials to construct a new one.
Yeah, the broken state has happened, so...
It's gone.
Broken.
The broken state has happened. You couldn't have just said
broke,
like,
okay,
yeah, it's broke.
Well, it is broken, but sometimes it being broken doesn't cause like the specific effects to happen, and thus it's still like usable or repairable, right?
Gameplay wise, it is broken.
Yeah. So it has the broken status. The state of being broke has happened.
So,
Tiles. I don't know why I did that.
I don't know either. What's wrong with you?
yeah, Davian
Many things.
takes you, Rainier, down to there is a
Just you.
wine cellar
In the wine cellar.
below
Turns him into a
everything
werewolf.
else behind a secret door, and is like it's cold in there, caused by
Not that you could tell.
brown mold, which is something that they want growing in there because it causes a decrease in temperature. It's a magical mold.
Yeah.
It does this. You don't want to contact it. or mess with
Everybody's
it,
like, ooh.
but
Oh.
Yeah, it absorbs heat.
yes. So
It's a heat sink.
Hey.
Gonna put that in my computer.
Yeah. Instead of liquid cooling, your fungus cooling.
Ew.
let's see here.
Grilled mushrooms, anyone?
Shrooms?
Uh-oh.
We're getting back to that now.
No, I'm just imagining the smell of
Cyberpunk
shrooms
5th
going
edition
through
would
the
absolutely have entire server rooms filled with like.
This is an interesting winery.
Why does everything taste like mushrooms? Oh.
Actually,
Why does
the
that-
wine is made out of mushrooms.
Why is the whole house made out of mushrooms?
The mushroom guy from the other one shot or two shot, I guess.
Oh, your guy?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
With the what was it called? Icky Doom,
Sticky Doom.
Sticky Doom, or was it
no.
Slimy Doom?
Slimy Doom, yes.
Slimy Doom.
That's the whole stupid. The funny thing is,
Slimy Doom. Hey, if you're listening to this, go on D&D Beyond and look up Slimy Doom.
Also, listen to that 3-shot? I think 3-shot.
It's 3-shot.
Yeah. Whatever it's called, I forgot.
So yeah,
Bonus.
he gets you some wine. They have bottles of cold wine of the Red Dragon Crush and the purple grape mash. Purple grape mash number 3.
What? Huh? Who are you people? Where am I?
He's got
He's
some
been in a
wine.
trance the whole time.
I am going to go. This is quite generous. I was going to suggest that we have a little celebration. We all rest up here, and I wanted to just purchase some wine from you to share with you and the family.
That is unnecessary.
I know
We
it is
drink plenty.
unnecessary, but it's
Yeah, let's crack into
You have
the good stuff.
You have saved our winery. It is a little odd to be then paying us for things that should be for free.
I'm not paying you. You're participating in a celebration. This
I'm
was a
not
good,
paying you.
successful
I'm
mission.
robbing
Let's
you.
go party a little bit.
There may be no exchange of money in a time like this.
There is no exchange. Then let's just drink, huh?
That was the idea.
Okay, good.
am I the only one that wants to see a drinking contest between Rainier and this guy? See who comes
Well,
out on top?
considering Rainier's dead, I think she's got an unfair advantage.
But can you still get
It'd be
wasted,
really
though?
funny.
Like
if
the
you'd be
opening of
you
Indiana
think
Jones.
This guy would really drink a lot, being a whiner. Actually, I never drink.
Yeah, never touch his stuff.
Takes one bottle. Whoa, back in my day.
His accent changed too.
Don't take your own supply. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have a printing press.
Nice.
Interesting stuff in here.
We can print out flyers. The Lost
Lost
Seekers.
Yeah, one night only.
Total Recall will be playing.
Yeah, Total
Actually,
Total
We don't
Recall
print
will
that. We
open.
go there and it's already printed out. And we're like,
What?
the fuck is Total Recall?
I guess they're opening for us. I didn't know we were a band.
Pretty good band.
I didn't know we were a band.
You just hear Sebastian see after he sees it, he's like, "Oh, I've heard of this band. They're actually pretty good."
Anybody, really? Anybody
they're pretty
know how to
trash,
play
honestly.
any instrument?
Unless you count magic as an instrument.
All right.
Magic an instrument?
I mean, music is pretty magical.
So, I'm going to have to cut it there.
Oh,
And we were having so much fun.
Are we drinking and partying with them and then taking photographs?
Hey.
And I said, hey!
Okay.
Hey.
We drink and party.
No.
No.
Hey,
thanks.
People regain
To
your
Syrinscape for
You
all of the
son of a
noises.
bitch.
And music that we hear. Enjoy. Except for ours Hadar that could burn in
Listen
hell.
to us on all the things except for Apple Music. Apple Music.
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
We don't do them.
They don't do us.
They're loose.
What he said.
They are motherfuckers. Apple, please don't sue us.
Please don't sue us.
Assholes.
Anyway, thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Follow us on all our stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, Tumblr.
YouTube.
That is not a social media. We go through this almost every time.
I mean,
Yeah.
it basically is.
I mean, it's a way to watch our
Yes.
listen, watch, whatever. Our
But they can subscribe.
Listen,
Yes,
YouTube
subscribe on YouTube.
is also easy because
subscribe on Spotify,
Give me my knife.
Google Podcasts, and everywhere we are.
This has turned into the most chaotic episode.
Yeah,
It was the most chaotic episode with like 7
it's because of the
points.
chaos bolts.
yeah.
Oh yeah, this is not a sponsor, not something we need, but I have this candle from Mythology Candles.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool
Not a
candle.
sponsor, but legitimately go check them out because they got some
they're
sick
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. They also have perfumes in their scents, but they're a little expensive.
Yeah. Great for a birthday gift or
They have roll-on fragrances.
Or like maybe
another kind of gift that isn't birthday.
for me.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Yeah, great scents, all themed around fantasy and D&D and Lord of the Rings. and
We
stuff
have
like
one
that.
currently burning in the
Yes,
the
we
building.
currently have
But do they have a
Bearded Tree.
strawberry shortcake
Nice.
scent? Because that's your
no.
scent. Strawberry shortcake.
Is that like a sign?
No strawberry shortcake on me.
No, you used to talk about it.
Next episode.
Oh yeah, I still do that.
What, talk
You
about strawberry
do
shortcake?
strawberry shortcake.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take
Good
care.
night. May
We love you.
your dice roll 20s and fuck yeah.
Oh, come on.
Almost had it.
We'll
Almost had
workshop
it.
that. We'll workshop that.